Are you considering a move to Charlottesville, Virginia? Well, let me tell you, there's reasons why so many people are flocking to this hidden gem in Virginia. From the breathtaking Blue Ridge Mountains to the vibrant art scene and a foodie's paradise. You're going to love what this town has to offer. And by the end of this video, you'll know why Charlottesville might just be the perfect place for you. So stay with me, and if you're already thinking about, well, how do I get started? Easy. 10 important tips. Ready? Number 1, reach out to me. Number 2, through 10, I'll take care of. All right, come on, let's get started. So let's dive right in with a quick overview. Charlottesville is a historic town located in central Virginia with roots dating back to colonial time. It's famous unfortunately it's famous for a few, but mostly for being the home to Thomas Jefferson and his estate called Monticello. Also the beautiful, stunning University of Virginia. Both Monticello and the Rotunda at the University of Virginia are both World UNESCO sites. So that's where the history doesn't start there, but that's where the well-knownness starts there. And then unfortunately, it sort of goes gray after that area. But don't let this historic charm fool you. Charlottesville is also a very modern and thriving community filled with incredible dining, unique neighborhoods, and really strong sense of local culture. If you're already curious about what's available in the housing market here, don't go anywhere. And remember, I'd love to help you start your search for a home in this amazing town. For those who are new here, my name is Pam, and I'm a local realtor who has actually grown up in this region, raised a family. I've gone, I've left, I've come back, and now my career is actually helping you decide whether living in Charlottesville is going to be the right fit. Now, I don't do rental. So if you know you're coming, say, to attend school, to attend graduate school, if you're coming here for a short stint, if you're coming to Rivanna Base or whatever it is, and you're looking specifically for rentals, please check out all my videos. I think they're going to help you too, but I actually do not do rentals. The way it's set up here in the Charlottesville, Virginia area is very forthcoming, meaning you can find almost everything that I can find on the internet and be able to discern where or what, if it's a good fit. I am more than happy to give you my feedback because obviously if you're not from the area, that would be of value to you. And there's no charge for that. My fabulous people who are moving here and may need to rent before we actually purchase, don't worry, I got you. I do have access to some additional rentals, but again, overall, most rentals are going to be very accessible to anybody who can be on the internet. Be forewarned, there are plenty of scams going around. So if you're ever worried or wondering if it's a scam, again, please reach out to me. I will be happy to help you do your due diligence to determine, obviously I can't guarantee anything, but I know the tricks of the trade and I know what we see here as far as a lot of the scams. And I'm sure you're familiar. Obviously, Craigslist, there's a lot of scams. Facebook Marketplace, there's a lot of scams. Just reach out to me if you're wondering, because I don't want you to get scammed. That is, and those people are not from Charlottesville anyways, so screw them. I don't want them taking advantage of you. Okay, so let's go. If there is something I can help you with, reach out to me and I will absolutely be happy to accommodate as much as I can. Why are people moving here? So there's the big question. So this whole video came upon, obviously my channel is called Living in Charlottesville, talking all about living in Charlottesville. But when I looked at it, so many people were actually Googling moving to Charlottesville. So I wanted to give you a brief overview about moving to Charlottesville? Why are people choosing Charlottesville over other places in Virginia or even along the East Coast? Obviously, if it's between Virginia and California, that is vastly different territory there, or Virginia and Montana or anything like that. But if I can help you decide what would be best, I am more than happy to. And I love Charlottesville, which I hope is obvious. So first off, why are people moving here? It's because the quality of life. It is just hard to beat. I know it sounds corny, and it's the one thing I'm sure I would agree with some of the PR marketing, Virginia's for Lovers, Chamber of Commerce, but it is not my job to sell you on anything. I wholeheartedly believe this area is amazing and the quality of life here is amazing. I've lived several different places within the Commonwealth of Virginia, and I think this area far exceeds for a wonderful quality of life. So what about the quality of life? Well, for one, I think it still has Charlottesville and the surrounding area has that very small or smaller town feel, but with many of the amenities of a larger city, such as great restaurants, some outstanding shops, plenty of things to do, whether it is, like I said, from a World UNESCO Heritage Site to Shakespeare Theater over the mountain. If you love nature, plenty of things to do. It's a very metropolitan small town. How's that? Does that make sense? I don't want to make it sound like we're teeny tiny Mayberry, because it's not. It is not that. I think a lot of people from Charlottesville perceive it as a much bigger town than it is, but when people are relocating here from larger areas, they definitely know instantly it's a smaller town. The city of Charlottesville has under like 50,000 people, but when we talk about Charlottesville area, we're talking about Charlottesville, that donut hole, or if you want to think of it in Bodo's term, your bagel hole is Charlottesville, and then the bagel is Albemarle County. Directly off Albemarle County are about a half a dozen counties that all feed into it. So in that aspect, we have pretty much everything and anything. But the other thing is our close proximity within the state to get the things that we don't have. So we're under an hour to Richmond, which is our state capital. We're under about 2.5 hours to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. And then we're about 3 hours away from the Atlantic Ocean. So truly, and we're tucked into the mountains, so don't need to say that. So just everything around. Speaking about being tucked into the mountains, though, if you love nature, Charlottesville is like your friggin' playground. We've got the Blue Ridge Mountains right in our backyard, the Shenandoah National Park. We've got part of the Appalachian Trail in our backyard. We have endless hiking trails, vineyards, horseback riding, more than you could ever see, scenic spots. You want to grab a bottle of sparkling water and some nibbles and just head out and watch the sunrise or sunset, I guess. You will never get to all of the locations that are just minutes away from our area, because it really just depends on you and what you're looking for and what you want. Remember, we've got everything activity-wise, rivers and lakes. You can enjoy kayaking, fly fishing, and more. And quite honestly, did I mention the climate? We get to experience all 4 seasons in that there are. So we get the full spring, summer, fall, winter. Now I won't preface it because I already said it, but I will say sometimes, because we do kid around about it, we get all 4 seasons in one day, so do be prepared for that. But we also don't have long spread extremes. I am working with some fabulous people who are relocating from Texas. They are so excited because, yeah, they happen to be here on a day or two when it was in the high 80s and the 90s, but by the afternoon, by like 4 or 5 o'clock, it was starting to cool off, and they were like, that doesn't happen in Texas. They were like, you get up to 100 million degrees and you stay there until December. And whereas I thought that was funny, they are very, very serious in that they want to be able to enjoy and experience and just be able to relax and enjoy the outdoors, honestly, for 8 to 10 months out of the year. And it's all very, very different. Now, if you think you're ready to make this a reality, the first thing you seriously do need to do is reach out to me. Make sure all my contact information information is right there. Make sure you shoot me an email, shoot me a text, give me a call. Let's connect. Let's meet. We can chat over Zoom so that you can ask me all the questions you need. I can find out what I can do to help you if you want me to help you, the whole 9 yards. And that's how we get this process started. So whether you are looking for a peaceful retreat or a family-friendly neighborhood, I'm here to help you find that. Not about me. It's about what you're looking for when moving to Charlottesville. Now, one of the biggest questions I always get, and in my comments you'll see a lot, which neighborhood is right for me? That is why we need to chat. This experience all about you and your lifestyle, not about me selling you squat, quite honestly. Think of me as your Charlottesville matchmaker in finding your next home and your next adventure. Charlottesville and the surrounding area has a huge, diverse mix from historic horse farm, historic downtown estate. One of the neighborhoods is North Downtown. One of the historic homes on Park Street just went on the market for like 24 hours. And I want to say that it was just over $2 million. So whether you're looking for that historic downtown area or a brand new development or a quiet suburb, here, let's break down a few of the popular spots that I've taken and shown you. And so you can sort of get an idea. This is not a be-all, do-all. We were just talking about downtown and North Downtown. So that neighborhood, or those neighborhoods, I should say, are really perfect for those who want historic charm and a walkable access to restaurants, cafes, boutiques, public transportation. In that area, you're going to find beautiful, stunning, historic homes, unique architecture that truly capture Charlottesville's rich history. Now, another very Charlottesville neighborhood that I want to mention is Belmont, because it is so different. Even though both of these, downtown, North Downtown, and Belmont, 1 and 2, are both located in the city of Charlottesville, the city proper, Belmont is known for its vibrant art scene and great restaurants. Belmont is ideal if you're looking for a mix of energy and affordability. Belmont area has really grown in popularity and offers a fun, lively atmosphere that attracts both locals and newcomers. And I actually did a whole video on Belmont, and actually I think I've done a whole video on downtown, North Downtown. So check out my other videos. Now, as we start to expand out, let's talk about some sought after neighborhoods that you might hear about or want to know about. Forest Lakes. Forest Lakes is located just a bit north of the city proper. It's actually located in Albemarle County. So again, part of the city of Charlottesville area, but not within the city. So you would be going to Albemarle County schools. You'd be voting in Albemarle County voter registration and all that kind of stuff. This neighborhood, Forest Lakes, I would say is ideal for families, retirees, great access to public schools, and abundant community amenities. Things like park, pools. It has that very friendly suburban feel, but with plenty of green space and honestly quick access to some fabulous areas that make the schlep factor off the chart. Out at Forest Lakes, you are right across from the Hollymead Town Center. You are within like 3 miles of Charlottesville Albemarle Airport, the CHO Airport, which I just absolutely adore. You're really in the thick of it all. But if you want to go downtown for dinner, you can easily grab an Uber or a Lyft and be downtown within like 15 minutes. So keeping it all in context. The next one I want to mention to you, Avinity, just minutes from downtown. I think you could actually easily ride your bike to downtown. You could walk, because I don't think it would be more than 1.5 miles, 2 miles from point A to point B, but it is a welcoming and tight-knit community. The feel there, the vibe is very much so. People move in and they're like, oh, okay, I can deal with a townhouse or a villa for, a couple of years and then I'll move out. But most people there actually move in and then they don't leave. Dear friend of mine who you will actually see on a couple of my videos, also a fabulous realtor, he and his family live in Avinity. Very much moved in with the intention of being there 2 years, and now it's been over 10 and they're still there. And it's because of the community atmosphere. It has spectacular mountain views. There are access to walking trails, there's a clubhouse, there's green space. It combines the conveniences of the city with serene, modern lifestyle. You know, there are kids in the neighborhood who do pet sitting and do babysitting. The Halloween, there's kids obviously going house to house. There's also adults going house to house and doing jello shots. That huge community feel. They have a dog park, which is the other big thing. That's something we actually don't see a lot in Charlottesville. So that's a huge bonus for Evenity. Okay. The last one I want to mention before we move on, Lake Monticello. Lake Monticello, not in the city of Charlottesville. It's actually in a place called Fluvanna, Palmyra. It's about 20 minutes outside of Charlottesville, but Lake Monticello is perfect for those who are seeking quiet lakeside lifestyle at a very affordable rate or affordable cost. It's a gated community, beautiful lake, golf course, plenty of outdoor activities. Yes, I did a video on it. Check it out. It's a great choice for those seeking relaxation and a strong sense of community. But the point being, each of these communities have their own unique flavor. So no matter what the lifestyle or your needs, Charlottesville area has neighborhoods from A to Z. We can find you a neighborhood that's going to be a right fit for you. So if you're interested, did any of these catch your attention? Reach out, email, text, call me. I can help you by asking you just a few questions. Like I said, I've grown up here. I've lived in many of these areas, and I can help you decide what sounds like it would best align with your lifestyle and your needs. And for more on these neighborhoods, make sure you check out my other videos. I'm pretty sure I have done videos very specifically on all of those different neighborhoods. So if you're like, oh, Lake Monticello, lakeside living, let's check it out, do so. Forest Lakes, again, doing this for you. But moving on, I don't want to keep you here very long. Let's talk about that Charlottesville lifestyle. Charlottesville lifestyle. So again, we're talking about moving to Charlottesville. So I'm just trying to give you a giant overview so that you can either kick it off your list or you can go a little bit farther down the rabbit hole or down my YouTube channel, whichever works best, whichever suits you. Charlottesville has a vibe that's both relaxed and refined. Okay. Weekends are filled with options. So again, it just depends what you want and where you're coming from. So you can easily visit a local vineyard, take in a polo match at the King Family Vineyard, or you could hike up to Humpback Rock and just be awed at what the living among the mountains is and looks like. Or you could just maybe take in one of the fabulous festivals going on. Remember, there's everything from Festival of the Book, the Virginia Film Festival, there's Doggy Halloween on the downtown mall, there's pretty much gay pride, there's the vegan festival. Seriously, if you can't find something to do, then it's probably because you don't want to. So there, I said it. Okay, so next part of that, talking about things to do and places to be and stuff, maybe you're a music lover. Maybe you're an art lover and food. Speaking about food in Charlottesville, we have a boom in culinary scene with farm-to-table dining, craft breweries, and some many award-winning restaurants. Again, whether you're looking for a $2 taco truck, food truck, or a $250 vineyard dining wine paired experience. All of those are going to be available. Or a balloon ride over the vineyard. So again, it really is, there are options, and most people don't understand the options. If you're already imagining yourself enjoying a glass of wine with a view of the Blue Ridge, let's make it happen. There you go. I said it. Let's make it happen. It's probably not going to happen overnight. I think the quickest, though, I have helped somebody find a home here was 2 weeks. But of course, they were actually a cash buyer, and they came here very much with the intention of buying. Some of my clients I've been working with for 3 or 4 months. Some I've been working with for 6 months. And quite honestly, some of y'all are seriously organized, and you're not even planning on moving until late 2025. So again, let's make it happen. All you got to do to start is reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me an email, drop me a text, right? Okay, moving on. Next up thing I want to make sure, because again, if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that this is not my job to sell you. No place is perfect, and a big part of why I do this channel is to make sure you don't waste your time and your money and your energy. Okay, Charlottesville's not perfect. Just you want to recognize that it's not going to be right for everybody. While Charlottesville does have so much to offer, it's important to understand the whole picture. So very quickly, let's run through a few pros and cons. Amazing access to nature and outdoor activities, right? Can't argue with that. Strong sense of community and local culture. I dare you to argue with that one. 3, good schools, health care, and overall quality of life. All of those. Okay, so there you go. There's pros. You're going to find those on every award-winning list, every brochure, everything. Let's talk about some of the cons. The cost of living can be and will be higher than the national average. I can't say that enough, but our median list pricing of housing is in the upper 400. If you find a house for $300,000 or under, it probably is out in the middle of nowhere. It probably needs to be bought with cash because nobody will lend on it, meaning it probably needs a lot of love and attention. Cost of living here runs about, I think it's 10% over the national average. So that's a big one. That is always a big one. The next one on my list that I think is because we have so much to offer and so much going on, and because cost of living really can squash down, we have limited public transportation. So a car or cars really are a necessity. There is public transportation, but it is very limited. And because of our sheer size, if you live in Greene County and you work in Fluvanna, there's no public transportation getting you from A to B. If you are in Crozet and your child's school is in Esmont, again, 2 total ends of the spectrum, and it would take you hours to go from point A to point B. Yes, there's Uber. Yes, there is Lyft. Yes, there are taxis, but public transportation, again, is, I'm telling you, one of the huge cons in this area. And alongside of that, because here I am telling you, you're going to need at least 1, if not 2 cars. Many people say that our traffic is horrendous. And the wacky switching road names, I always take my clients when they laugh about it, I take them on, I'm like, okay, so right now we're on Rio Road. Oh, guess what? We crossed 29. We're on Hydraulic Road. And they're like, wait, what? So wacky changing name road. The only grid pattern is really in the immediate downtown area. After that, everything went to hell in a handbasket and they just started building roads. So there's no real rhyme or reason. And yes, people who have grown up here definitely, most of us don't even know road names. We're like, go to where the old Sears building is and then you turn right, but don't go to the flashing stoplight because then you'll go into the hospital. So I'm saying traffic can be a bear, especially for someone who's coming from we'll say someone coming from DC where traffic is horrendous, but it's a very organized grid pattern. So to me, is traffic an issue? No, I'm going to say that. But to many people, it is one of the top complaints. Again, most of the people I work with, the pros and the cons, the pros far outweigh the cons. And remember, if you have questions, especially a specific question about something, I don't know what it is, reach out to me. I'm here. I am just an email away. Not a big deal. Next up, let's talk about real estate market here. Right now, we are in the very end of 2024, so going into 2025, post-election. So we are just skirting on in. Charlottesville offers a range of options, whether you're looking for a historic downtown home, a modern townhouse, or a property with acreage. The market here can be highly competitive, especially in some of the neighborhoods we talked about earlier. Forest Lake, Lake Monticello, Avinity. So the market can be very competitive, especially in highly desirable neighborhoods, several of the ones we talked about earlier, but there are options and a range of budgets. But it's something you definitely want to be working with, someone who knows the area, somebody who's grown concern up here, somebody who's going to be honest with you. Homes have shown a steady growth value, and I would say a steady, solid investment. Why do I bring that out? Because the past year, we have heard so many people talk about the bubble, the bubble, the bubble. So here's the thing, and this is why our home values seem to be out of sorts when you look at communities of our size elsewhere in Virginia, around Virginia. We are surrounded by so many industries that are year-round that we're really insulated, is the best way to put it. We have everything from technology. We have a lot of people working in that field. Obviously, a huge chunk working in medical, whether that's research, physical, such as one of the hospitals here, whether that's military or military base. We just have so many large industries surrounding us. We are just on a steady growth. When we look at projections, are we going to see what has happened over the past 3 to 4 years where we've seen 25% increase in rates? Probably not. We're starting to see inventory grow. We're starting to see rates coming down again. We're starting to see new construction really in full force. So we're seeing a continuous growth. We are not expected to lose population or growth, and in that, it just is that steady incline. Again, probably not going to be financially 25%, 20%, but realistically, they're still predicting 5 to 6% growth annually. So no matter what your rent or who's doing your renting, if you are renting, you're paying somebody's mortgage. You're never going to see that again. Like one of my clients just sold her home and she bought it less than 10 years ago and she doubled her money. Now, yes, you have to pay that when you go into your next home. So it's not like we have twice the money, let's go on a spending spree. But for those who are concerned about investment, who are concerned about all of that, we're still looking at I think they were saying 5 to 7% growth rate is predicted for the next 3 years. And every year they reevaluate that. I don't have a crystal ball. Wish I did, because I would definitely be cheating and utilizing it, but I don't. So if you're thinking about buying, again, reach out to me. Call me. I'll be happy to help you navigate the market and find the best options for your budget and your lifestyle. Often people are like, oh, you're just pushing people into $1 million homes. No, I'm not. I couldn't do $1 million home. But you know what? Several of our industries actually allow many people to do a home that is $800,000, $900,000, over $1 million. I'm just letting you know, there are options. One home I just sold was the low 300s. Cute as a button. It was a resale. So excited for my client. But we had been looking for her for at least a year. Again, options and lifestyle are what you're really going to be going after here. So it's not about me. It's about what you need. You. Okay? All right. Coming into the final stretch, because I know you got stuff to do today. Next up, let's talk about schools and education. If you're moving with kids, and the school system is probably going to be top of mind. Charlottesville and the Charlottesville area is home to some of the top rated public schools and amazing and excellent private school options. Once you are post 12th grade, whether that came from private school, public school, and we have a huge and healthy homeschooling community here. And I can talk about that too, because my daughter was part of that as well. Again, so many options, and it's not about me, it's about your lifestyle and who you're here with. But we also have the University of Virginia right here in town. Now, it's not like the Ohio State, but it is the University of Virginia. It's a top public college, and it has a huge ton of options, whether it's undergrad or whether it's postgraduate work at the University of Virginia Law School, one of the top national law schools, whether it is Darden School, which is a top program that many executives get sent. They've come in to do training there. Again, that's our backyard. So it provides so much more to us. The other thing, we also have outstanding community college. PVCC, Piedmont Virginia Community College. That creates the strong emphasis on education throughout the community. PVCC actually supports our homeschooling community. It supports those who want the best financial start to their college, because there are programs that actually are paid for if you come into PVCC, or you go into PVCC and get your first 2-year degree and you're guaranteed accepted into many of the state colleges and university as a reciprocal, as long as everything is met and needed. So again, education is huge, and it's a huge emphasis in our community and throughout the region and the area. So whether you need elementary school or options for higher education or even special needs, we have Virginia in Autism, which I think has recently been renamed. But that's a school to help with children on the spectrum, and it's located here in our backyard. Charlottesville has you covered. And with that, I'm going to let y'all go. So is Charlottesville calling your name yet? I do hope so. I hope this video has given you a sense of what living here would really be like. From outdoor adventures to a rich cultural scene, and I think a friendly community. It's no wonder that people love calling Charlottesville home. But here's the thing, there's only so much you can learn from this video. If you are serious about finding a home here, don't wait. Call me. Just start your journey and exploring whether living in Charlottesville and moving to Charlottesville are going to be on your to-do list. I'm here to answer any questions, give you a local's perspective, and help you find a place to create your new memories and to call home. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to help you discover everything Charlottesville has to offer. If you've gotten anything from this video, I really would love your thumbs up. It's very strange and surreal to me. I try to do videos that I think will be helpful, that answer questions my clients have asked me. I also love to hear your comments. If there's a neighborhood, if there's a topic you want me to cover, I'm happy to consider it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, whatever I'm supposed to tell you to do. Check out my other videos, okay? There's a lot to be covered. Been doing this for a little while. Some things change, but I try to update them over time. A lot of information, and it'll give you that information you need about living in Charlottesville. For questions, suggestions, put that comment below, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Bye!